objection, you didn't reach out to me directly. If they push back, get a hold of me. I'll push that $50 through for my KW Perimeter office.
Yay.
Love you guys. So, all right, any other questions? Okay, awesome. And did any of you ever have a sewer line evaluation done that you experienced it? You did, yeah. It's really awesome to get that. Now, Cynthia, thank you. Your name's not in there. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, awesome. Cindy. Oh, Cindy! All right, guys, thank you. Have a good rest of the season. And you were landlocked too, right? Yeah. You were
Thank you so much, guys. You know what a lot of trouble it is to bring all of us breakfast in the morning, so please give her a big round of applause. Your tummies appreciate it, right? You're not falling asleep during the meeting. So I want to go over a couple things really quickly about your business and see if I can share any ideas with you. How many of you, if I asked you and put you on the spot, could tell me how many transactions you need to do this year to make your goals? Please raise your hand if you know that number.
Yeah.
How many what?
How many transactions do you have to do to make your goal this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, how many transactions?
You put me on the spot.
I'll put you on the spot. I'll put everybody on the spot. Come on.
7.
7 transactions. Okay.
11 or 12.
Virginia.
45.
Right.
45. I have a lower price point.
John.
24 more.
24 more.
30.
No, 20 year for the year.
Yeah, I need to make that something I need to.
Okay.
30 more I want to do.
Oh, how many more I need?
Goal. The goal. What's your written goal?
24 to 36, that's what my target is.
Okay, so if that's one aspect. How many of you know the GCI is, what GCI amount is your goal this year? Raise your hand if you know.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Has anybody ever mentioned this to you before? Asking for a friend? I said I only learned everything last year, right? You remember I said that? Okay.
If not, do coaching with Terry.
Would she make you learn all
She
this?
makes you, yes.
How many are not in coaching right now? Raise your hand. How many think they might benefit from some coaching? The reason I bring this up is because we're a little over halfway through the year, are we not?
Yes.
Did you think about it at the first of the year? What was your goal for this year?
Yes.
How many of you got into business in real estate because you thought, I can work my own house? Raise your hand. How many thought you just get into business because you want to help other people? Raise your hand. How many just wanted the money? Okay. What other reasons did you get into real estate? Tell me, please. Who else got into real estate for a reason other than what I said?
I just wanted to learn something new.
Excellent. Growth challenge, right? Anybody else? What, Virginia?
I didn't think there'd be a ceiling to it.
I love that. That was exactly me. I'm old enough that I came from a world, and Charlie, you and I, we know this. I came from a world where I was pretty much told what I could achieve. When I was replaced as a 24-year-old in my job with a man who was the breadwinner for his family, his salary was,
Twice as much, if not.
more than twice as much as mine. And I went, I either have to own the company or I have to get out. So I got out. And I got into a job where there was no glass ceiling. So that was in 1985 that I started this real estate thing. So for me, it was exactly that, no glass ceiling. No one could tell me how hard I worked. No one could tell me how little I worked. And I could work hard and make extra money if I wanted to, or I could goof off and not make any money if I wanted to. And I thought that was like the be-all and end-all reason. I didn't even know that you were running it like a business. Does Keller Williams teach us to run our business like a business?
Yes.
Okay, I think you all know that. How many of you know this book?
Yes.
Has Brad been harping on us lately to go back to this book?
Yes.
Everybody in the Keller Williams system right now is going back to this book. It's all here about how to run a business, and it doesn't have to be a real estate business. This is obviously real estate specific language, but this is about how to build a business where you have leverage and you can grow to the 7th level where you are out of the business is running, you're making income, and you're not managing it every day. How many have that as a goal? Please raise your hand. There are many other goals, but that might be one goal, right? That's a pretty big goal. So I'll talk to you a little bit about leverage. I always have had people helping me in different aspects of my business as I've grown. And currently, I do not have a full-time assistant.
We're all looking.
It's hiding.
Currently, I am surviving, and I
You know
have.
how to log in?
I do not. On your computer.
She's still working on that part.
I can log in on my own computer, so I carry it with me. I've moved to a model for me personally right now until I make my next big hire, which I want to talk to you about, where I am doing other types of leverage. I have leveraged out what other people do as an expert, okay? I am not an expert at contract to close. Are you guys? You might be. You might be. Do you love doing contract to close?
Yes.
Some people love it. They don't want to release it, right? I understand that. What kind of time do you spend on contract to close?
Not that much.
No.
What does it cost for somebody to handle those time deadlines, those reminders, those putting it all on your Google Calendar? What does it cost for somebody to do that for you?
50.
Maybe $400. Is that a lot of money? How many leads could you generate in the time that it took you to do your contract to close work? How many? What is your main job?
Lead gen.
There are many services which you can offload. Do you guys do the best flyer ever known to mankind yourself? Do you really? You really do? Somebody does. Guess what? It's not me. That's leveraged. Okay, so I have different people doing different things that they do all day long, and they're expert at it, right? And there are many companies that do this. Our own Diane has started a company also, which I want to put a plug in for, which is the Assistant Institute. See, so you can hire someone to do some of these tasks for you without having your full-time assistant yet. The first person you hire when you grow your business is an admin. All right, so in lieu of one admin, I now have 4 different people who work on different areas of my business. I have video help, I have, contract close, I have flyers and email blasts, and that's what I'm doing. So what are you guys doing to leverage yourselves? Please give me some ideas. How are you surviving to grow your business? Who's doing something else?
I have listing help for sure, because I hate sitting there typing in all the information and
Yes.
getting it all, so I have someone else input, put, photographs in and make the flyers, at least
Yes.
take one piece of it,
That's awesome. That's what I do too.
yeah.
I-
It's pretty inexpensive.
It's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
You hear that? And then should you then just, all you do is proof it, say go, and you're on to the next thing, right? If you're running a big business, you're not doing the admin stuff yourself. Does that make sense? Is everybody on that page? So how many transactions between now and the end of the year are you going to do, or is your goal to do? And can you do it with the current staff that you have? Is it time for you to talk to somebody about leverage? I don't know. I mean, I don't know your business, but I know for me, it was really, I couldn't do the business I'm doing all by myself. So I hire experts right now in different fields. And what it taught me is where is the hole in my business that I need to fill. And I really have a clear vision about who my next hire will be. The Gary Keller says on page 279. Did we get back to the book? I will read it to you. Because this is pretty big, guys. I don't know if your goal is to run a bigger business. The 3 key hires of a millionaire business. Does anybody know what those are?
Admin.
An admin.
The lead listing specialist, the marketing administrative manager, who also moves up to the 7th level to become the business manager, and the lead buyer specialist. And you, as the lead agent, do not deal with the admin. You don't deal with the buyer's agents, right? You are the one who is up here while these 3 people report to you. And then they, as it goes on down, just the org chart. Think about any other business. Does the CEO handle the admin's timesheet?
Nope.
Okay. So if you're going to grow, you really have to focus on who is your first hire, first of all, and then look at how your organization is going to go. So one of the challenges that I've been given is to draw my org chart out and not put a person or anything, just like what are the positions to help me grow to the next level. Can anybody say what the positions are in your org chart right now? Who all has help? Raise your hand. Yeah, everybody, you have some type of help to get where you are. So I'm just encouraging you.
Felicia. I have really good support. That's
Randy. You have a team, right? We all have a team. We're all here to help each other. We all answer questions for each other. We all help you grow. So we are here to support you, but I can't turn in your admin's timesheet for you. So, it's just different things that you need to offload in order to grow. And I just encourage you to figure out in your own personal business, what does your org chart look like? I have a pretty clear vision of mine, and by me not having an assistant for almost a year now,
You've learned so
I've learned
much.
so
Loser.
like what you can and cannot do. So I know I have a very clear vision of where my next hire will come. I've even written out what the characteristics of that person need to have. Then guess what I'll do? When we get candidates, you do KPA, right? Everybody know what a KPA is? Please raise your hand. Raise your hand. Who does not know what a KPA is? Okay. KPA is the Keller Williams profile, behavior profile that we now implement. It costs what, $20 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
$40. And the KPA will print out about 65 pages of that person's behavior or personality. It is not a judgmental thing at all. It's like, who knows the DISC, the D-I-S-C? Does everybody know what you are on the DISC? You personally? Okay, well this is a DISC on steroids. It is, and it goes through every single aspect of what their behavior personality is. And it also has a match for the hire. Like if you're hiring a buyer's agent, they're going to take the KPA, and their KPA is going to come out as this person is an 82% match for this job, a 22% match for this job, an 18% match for this job. And then you go through and validate the KPA. There's training on this. It's a 3-day or 2-day class. I encourage every single one of you to take it and learn how to read a KPA and to understand what value it brings to you if you're going to hire somebody. And I don't do KPAs on the people that are already experts like the contract to close. They have a business doing that. They already know that's their expertise. But if you're bringing someone into your own personal organization, you want to do KPA and you want to do an interview process. And it's what is it called now? It's not the hiring. They changed the name. Career Initiative. So those classes come up all year long. They can be in different states. And one thing that I did learn, and we talked about from the class I took with Chad Himes, is go to classes in other states and in other areas. Because guess what? If you're in North Carolina taking the class, and I'm the Atlanta connection, hello. You think you might have some good referral business?
Yeah.
So that was a really good idea. I stole it from you. I didn't
Why
invent anything.
recreate the wheel, right?
That's about it. Any questions or comments that you guys think could be helpful to everybody? What's your thoughts on growing your business? I have a very clear vision of how many contracts I need, how many deals I need to close. Now, if I can bump my GCI up on the average price point, I don't have to close as many deals, right? Okay. That helps also. So there could be a strategy that maybe you're at the 200 level and you're going to go to 400 level. Well, 400 you only have to do half as many transactions to hit your goals. So keep that in mind too as a strategy, is always moving up price point. And we don't turn away anything. Like I don't turn away a $200,000 buyer. I just might not personally do them. I might leverage that, right? Just because I'm not even good at it anymore. I'm really not. I'm very impatient. So I know my
Sorry, didn't mean to laugh.
You're good and you're bad.
yeah. So those are not my.
But that's important to know.
You gotta, and Randy left, but you gotta learn when you say no, because no means you're saying yes to something else. So you cannot. If you say yes, the opposite, then you're saying no to something else. So if I say yes to a $200,000 buyer, I'm saying no to my $1 million people that I don't have time to go and do something for them. So you want to just always continue to take care of your clients. Pardon?
I'll take your $200 buyer.
Well, I mean,
I'll give you a referral.
I started in condos, kids, like $50,000 condos, and I was a condo queen. So believe me, it doesn't come overnight. For me, it did not come overnight. Maybe for you it will. I didn't have the right connections. So anyway, leverage what you have and look for talent. Always be on the look for talent. Talent shows up, and when talent is there, you have a position for them. You need to know. You need to be ready. You need to have your training on your KPAs and how to interview, how to hire. But I encourage you all to take your business to the next level through all these different ways that are right here in front of you. Just read this, okay? Anything else that you think you can do to help?
I'm just
Susan.
going to pop in really. I know you mentioned
Please.
this earlier, but so leverage and referrals are really a big thing. So
Yes.
after so many years of running ragged to freaking Fairburn and up to Lake Lanier and all over the place that you've done
State
too.
license.
Yeah. I found that really a lot of people in our office are
Yes.
experts in those areas.
Yes.
So I
100%.
do refer a lot outside of my zone.
Yeah.
No matter what the price point is, because it doesn't make sense, and I can't serve my client well enough because I don't know the good streets, I don't know the bad streets, I don't know the school district,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening from a development standpoint.
Very good point.
So, we've got people from Canton, Kennesaw, Ackworth, Upper
These ladies have
Marietta
helped me out a lot in that
to,
area.
South Decatur to Stone Mountain
Yeah.
to Roswell. I mean, we've got people all over the place in this office, and
Oh, yeah.
sometimes you need to leverage.
And if you just go to, our wonderful staff and ask who lives in Morrow,
what area, yeah.
McDonough.
Or go to Kelly and say,
Yep.
who's an
Yeah.
agent, in
Go to who? Kelly.
Kelly.
Funny. Virginia.
It's not expensive to leverage, and if you're struggling and you think you can't afford anybody, if you look at their value is great and the cost is actually low for what they do
Yes.
for you. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling transaction to transaction instead of
You
bringing
are.
in a few more.
You do a transaction, then you got to monitor.
Because you only pay
and-
for them for what you use them. They're not employees.
Yeah. Correct. That's what I've been doing this year, and it's helped me survive this year, and I've had a lot of
It's not
benefit
hard
out
to
of it.
do.
And I actually used to do it when I was at Remax. That was all. I didn't have an assistant then. I had buyer's agents, but I did hire out for specific things. Like if you're an expert flyer maker, that's who I give my business to, and not me creating it. Right?
I mean, newer agents, you want to understand the process, before
Yeah,
you
it's
hire
first
out,
learn
because
it.
you want to know, make sure that whoever you're hiring is actually doing what you expect. But once you get to a certain point, you have to ask yourself, I mean, it's very easy to say, oh, I'm getting all this stuff done because I'm spending all this time, calling.
Checking my list.
Calling everybody. It's almost like a false sense of accomplishment. You're busy, but are you busy on the things that are making you
But
money?
not productive.
I mean, is
And
that the best use of your time?
I really think if you have a clear understanding of how many transactions you need to do this year to make your goal, you don't stop. You don't stop because, right now I'm like, oh God, I gotta get two more, gotta get two more. It's just that mindset that keeps on coming back to you, not, oh dear, my flyer didn't look so cool. Guess what? I don't care about my flyer looking so cool anymore because who takes a flyer? How many guys, when you're showing property, the buyers don't pick up the flyers?
They do it for the
Like,
sellers.
Oh, you do it for the sellers. Exactly right, Jennifer. 100% you're doing it for the seller, and the seller's going to say you misspelled a word.
I mean, true story, I watched one agent spend 3 hours on a flyer for an open house. Okay. No judgments. It was a beautiful flyer. And, they kept coming to me saying, well, what do you think about this color? What do you think about this font? And I said, okay, let's get a reality test here. You've just spent 3 hours on a flyer that is going to be, that A, people aren't going to take, and B, if they're taking it, they're just being polite and they're just going to be thrown on the floorboard.
I'm pretty much running after my buyers saying, don't you want this flyer? Don't you? No, I got it on my phone. So really, they're not picking them up, so I just print 20 for my listings and leave them there.
As a
But
matter of fact, and Randy Lips already left the room, but
Yeah, he does.
Certainty, they will do a,
List
rate,
reports.
Yeah,
rate
rate.
schedule and do a really good
Nice.
but basic flyer for you, so you don't have to do really
It has a
anything.
great,
Yeah.
it has a great infogram on the back.
Yeah, it's got all the rates.
What's the
Yeah,
neighborhood,
so just
what's-
utilize
so
that.
leveraging within even our own office is fantastic. Any other ideas? Anybody want to share? Did you get
List
any?
reports will make you an open house flyer.
Who does?
List
Reports
reports.
will too.
Yeah.
You do that, or you use the buyer full.
Yeah, this is-
I use the buyer
Oh.
full out of
I did not know
FMLS.
that.
Let's hand that out.
Yeah.
Well, I just use a service that email this area, this open house or whatever, so we get it out. So definitely using services. Jennifer?
There's a template somewhere online in my PW that I found a long time ago, and I just dropped my photos.
Yeah. Well, Michael Lewis Suites is free, guys.
Yeah,
They're so
it's
pretty,
free.
too.
Michael Lewis is great. We use a version of it for my luxury flyers.
And guys, when Command Sketch House is out, you'll have those pictures in Command, you just drop them in Command. I mean, you're gonna be able to
Nice.
drop them into the flyer, all of it, within Command.
Sweet. Okay, who's going to go back and get their numbers of transactions? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to get your numbers of transactions? Do you know where you want to be in 1 year? Do you know where you want to be in 3 years? Do you know where you want to be in 5 years? Those are all questions you should be asking yourself mid-year, because I'm sure you did it at the beginning of the year, right? So there's a 1, 3, 5. I encourage you all to. How many are going to do that? Raise your hand.
I will.
Yeah, you should do it, because you've got a really good opportunity. This is a little bit quiet right now, maybe, but it's September, October, November, you better pedal to the metal and keep on doing the lead gen activities that help you grow your business if you want to make your goals. At least I know I have to. That's after vacation next week. Right? All right, guys.
Hey, anything new from Mega Camp this morning?
I was going to tell you, there's a link that you can watch the Gary Keller speech and all Mega Camp, and you have that.
They sent it out this morning.
They sent it out this morning. So please take time to watch that on your computer or whatever while you're working. Go ahead.
Is there an update on when Dot Loop is going away and when Command will be?
They're discussing that during Mega Camp. There are some discussions between Dot Loop and Georgia Association of Realtors because of forms. So they're working those out, and as soon as we have that, we will roll it out for you guys.
Everybody heard Dot Loop's going away,
And what about Place Setter? I know it's going away.
Playster?
Playster, sorry.
Playster's that's not until October, and again, they put out a date of October 1st. That's not set in stone. It's going to depend on how the program in Command is coming along.
But we will have a new website in Command, and we'll
Correct.
just bring our domain name and switch.
Right, the domain
Yes.
name will just switch over.
Okay. Because they're contacting people saying, you want to renew your,
Yeah, guys, be careful with that. I mean, both Dot Loop and Playster, because
They know they're going away.
because they're not going to be Keller Williams, Taya. There's a lot of high pressure salespeople calling agents, telling them that
Good to know.
everything your whole life is going to fall apart if you don't keep up with this. Not true, guys. I mean, you sell real estate. Okay, that's your main business. The websites help. The Dot Loop helps. But if Dot Loop isn't like on board in the next 14 days, guess what? You can still sell real estate. We'll work it out. It's not going to be the end of the world. You may be sending them those PDFs, and we'll work with it. I mean, it's you're still going to sell real estate. You're still going to get paid.
and did I just hear, but what about all of our information that's on Dot Loop?
Dot Loop, you
It's
will
supposed
still
to be migrated over.
Yeah, you will have access to that information. You will just not be able to add to it. You will not be able to manipulate it.
But we'll still have the
But
information.
you will absolutely still have access to all your Dot Loop information.
So we can download settlement
coming into
statements to send
DocuSign?
our clients
You
in
can,
January.
absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it coming into DocuSign then? Is that what they're gonna do?
DocuSign is going to be the preferred vendor.
Right, they're gonna transfer the Dot Loop past transactions in there.
No, they're not going to.
No, they're going
They're not going
into
to
Command.
They're not going to transfer all that information into DocuSign.
Oh.
They're just going to have it off to the side so you can go and access it if you need it.
Okay. So you don't
Okay.
need a full one with
But
transactions.
don't worry about that, and that's a whole different
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Go sell real estate. Who has a new listing you want to tell us about? Raise your hand. Susan!
So
What
I've
you
got
got?
a new listing coming up. It'll be probably middle of next week. It's Keswick Village. However, I will say it is on Johnson's Ferry Road. The house does sit back. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, completely renovated. huge bedrooms, all custom closets, really nice.
Nice. Price?
It's got a storage unit in the back, really nice. It's all wooded in the back, brand new windows. So if it was actually in Keswick Village, it would be about $7.25 to $7.50. We're listing it at $6.25 because it is on Johnson's Ferry. So it'll be a hell of a buy.
Good price, thank you. Anybody else got a new list? Jennifer?
I have a couple. So I have one. I'll start with the one that's been listed. We just reduced it to $274.9. It's a large 2-2 in the Peachtree Residences, so South Buckhead,
Nice.
right on Peachtree. So that's just been reduced. I have a pocket listing in Cornerstone Village, so Midtown, right on Peachtree. That is $255. It's a large 1-1 and it's really cool. It has exposed bricks in the unit, high ceilings. It's really nice. And then I also have a coming soon in Morningside. It is it's a single family home where they built 2 separate apartments onto it, so it could be used as a rental in addition to
Airbnb.
a family. And that will list probably somewhere around $740, $750.
Nice, nice. Anybody else got a new listing?
I have a East Cobb condo coming soon. They are remodeling the whole kitchen. It's gonna be really beautiful. A 2-2. It's gonna be listed in the 180s.
Nice.
And it's gonna be really pretty, new flooring, everything, so.
Move-in ready.
Where is it?
I have a townhouse is in Duluth 4-3 with a 2-car parking garage. It's really nice and nice, clean, nice cap. For $270.
Nice.
Really close to highway, all major highways.
Okay, guys, I want to go over the top producers. We were just talking about producing, right? Okay, this is for the month, right?
Right.
For the month of July only, not year to date. Month of July, we had a bunch of top producers, top teams, McCarty's, who are at Mega Agent Camp, Tara and Gary Gaines, Eddie Levin, and Sam Klein. Are you guys? Did they leave? Yeah, but they
You gotta go leave and show something.
Oh, Kathy and Bill Haas, yay! Deb and Michael Martino, I think both of those are at Mega too, right? I think.
Yes.
Everybody's at Mega. And congratulations. Top groups, Becky, who just had her baby.
What did she have?
Vivian
Wynn Evans.
Thank you. Vivian Wynn Evans. Adorable.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Darling. She had her on August 3rd.
Oh, so we will all send her something, wishes and everything. So still producing. Hello. And Nicole. Producing in lots of ways. Nicole Ambrose Group, congratulations. Providence Group, way to go, way to go. Alexander, Doug, and Trish, wow, that's awesome. The Bolt Group, fantastic. All right, who else we got? Commercial, Lexi Turner, Charlie.
Wow.
Yay! Josephine Chang and Steve Fader and Joe Fornes. Way to go, guys. Y'all working hard. Keep going.
This is the fun one.
The fun one. Okay, the fun one. Virginia! Don't put that price point to me anymore, girlfriend. Dan Bangs, always up there at the top. Mike Culver, very good. Jana, yay, number 4. Nancy, way to go, Nancy. Susan.
I'm finally on
Susan.
board.
Oh, you're on the board. You're on the leader. Way to go, girl. Ming, where's Ming? Is he not here yet? Me, yay. Yay. I made the board. Gazelle, Gail, you here?
No, she's traveling.
Oh, okay. Aaron was here. He just did a pop by. Chip is not here right now. Congratulations. Eileen. No, nobody here. Jennifer, way to go. Paige. And Denise McElhaney.
McEnany.
McEnany, that's what I said. Congratulations, everybody. That's a lot of work for July. That's a hard month, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? Any, all
Upcoming
right.
classes.
Can I do
Jennifer?
a buyer need? So
Yes.
I have a reload client coming into town. They don't know the city very well, but they need something within about 20 to 30 minutes of Tucker. Needs to be a 4-bedroom at least. Needs to be within, this is the doozy, walking distance of like cool shops, a little village area,
Wow.
something like that. And their price point is like $498, $500.
Nice.
If
That's
you
a
have
big one.
anything, please let me know.
Okay, guys, we got upcoming classes. Remember, next week is Chad Himes, right after team meeting. What else you got?
On Thursday, we've got Melanie Self-Show from Home Pro. It's a 3-hour CE class, free.
Free CE. I
And
need
building
it.
permits and home inspections.
That's this Thursday?
Yes, it is.
Wow. I need free CE, don't y'all?
Everybody needs CE.
free CE. Yeah, but you're reminding me I need mine more urgently than some others.
Yes.
Where do we go to check our CEs, make sure?
Yep.
Correct. Correct.
Anybody, all right, go have a wonderful day. Thanks for
job.
coming.
Oh,
Thanks for coming. Anything
One
else?
more thing, one more thing.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Stop.
can't leave, stop.
Your Atlanta board membership dues are due.
Oh,
Do not forget, you can do a payment plan if you do it before the end of September.
They move it up every year. Like
So is it due September 30, October 1st, something's the
Yes,
deadline?
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at you knowing that.
I know.
Well, you said end of September, you gave
That's
me.
why I didn't worry about it. Yes, I should worry about it.
Do it now, then you won't be rushed.
Did they send the link out already? I haven't
They did.
They missed that?
Yeah, they did.
Probably.
It doesn't matter, you can just go on the.
You can go online and do it and.
Good idea.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Go have a good day.
You want to meet, like,
Yeah.
28.